Alright, well, hello everybody, my name's Ben, and if you can't tell from the horrible glare, this is, Swell the Host. It's the Simic 2015 Commander deck, and, I was gonna sit on it, but I guess, I don't know, I'll turn it into content for my YouTube channel that nobody watches. Anyway, we're going to pop it open and gut it for whatever it's worth, because this box has actually been going up in price. Yeah, well, part of the reason I wanted to sit on it is because I'm financially kind of screwed, but, what the hell, we're gonna do what most Magic players do, which is spend a lot of money on cardboard and then wonder what we've done with our lives. It's not all bad. It's not all bad. Hold on a second. Whoop, there we go. As you can see, we got a Zuri Claw of Progress. He's a 3/3, and he says that whenever a creature with power 2 or less enters the battlefield under your control, you get a experience counter, and then at the beginning of your combat on your turn, put X +1/+1 counters on target creature you control, where X is the number of experience counters you have. Alrighty then, so open it up. Look at that. Alright, look at that quality there, boys. It's like they actually knew how to print commander decks or something. Yeah, I don't know if everybody's seen the 2018 commander decks, but I'm not 100% on them. I think this is actually going to be the first year where I don't buy any decks, because the decks kind of just don't look that great. Let's see. These are all the tokens. Yeah, sorry about that. Trying to do this with one hand is a little difficult. That's what she said. I hope not, but maybe she did. That's implying if there is an actual she there. Oh man, look at that glare. That glare is freaking terrible. So we got Spearmint 1. It's a 1/1 that has evolved, and it says remove 2 1/1 counters from it to regenerate it. He's a pretty good card. Really good card, actually. One of my favorites. Favorite green creatures. Elvish Visionary. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card. Ooh, look at that. Sakura Tribe Elder, one of the best creatures ever printed. Probably the only good thing that came out of Kamigawa. That was a joke. Let's see. Plax Manta. It's a 2/2. It's got Flash. When it enters the battlefield, creatures you control gain Shroud until the end of the turn. Let's see. Sacrifice it unless you paid green. We got the Quarterly Oracle. That's okay. Noble Quarry. Bestow. All creatures able to block it have to, and enchanted creature gets +1/+1. Hey, there's a Skullwinder in this deck. I thought that was only in the Marin deck. It's got Death Touch. It's a 1/3. When it enters the battlefield, return target card from your graveyard to your hand. Then choose an opponent. They put that card in their hand too. Viridian Shaman. When it enters the battlefield, destroy target artifact. Ooh, hey, look at that. That's an Eternal Witness. That's a really good card. When it enters the battlefield, return target card from your graveyard to your hand. Lorescale Coddle. It's a 2/2. Whenever you draw a card, you may put a +1/+1 counter on it. It just gets bigger and bigger. Trigon Predator. It's a 2/3, and it has, when it deals combat damage to a player, destroy a target artifact or enchantment. It's a good card. Let's see. Pataiga Viper. Flying. When it enters the battlefield, put 2 1/1 green and blue snake creature tokens on the battlefield. Sacrifice it if you didn't pay blue. Ooh, Ninja. Let's see, Ninja Deep Hours. It's got Ninjutsu. It's a 2/2 for 4. And it says when it deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card. It's a really good card. Let's see. Stinger Fling Spider. It's 2/5 with reach, and it says when it enters the battlefield, you may destroy a target creature with flying. Okay. I guess. Hold on a second. Let's do this. Get that crap out of the way. I think I'm going to sit down here, and it's really kind of awkward doing this. Alright. It's kind of embarrassing because I put these things up unedited as well, and as you can look and see, my bed's kind of gross, yet I sleep in it every day. Broodbirth Viper. It's got Myriad. It's a 3/3, and it says when it deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card. It's kind of a nombo, seeing as it has more power than 2, and Myriad kind of was not a great mechanic, at least with the creatures that had it. Illusionary Ambusher. It's a 4/1 that has flash. When it deals combat damage, when it is dealt damage, draw that many cards. So it's a surprise blocker. I guess it's better than surprise butt sex. Anything's better than surprise butt sex, so. Mole Drifter. Ooh, that's a really good card. It's a 2/2 for 5, and it says when it enters the battlefield, draw 2 cards. Or you can evoke it for 2 in a blue, which means you cast it for the evoke cost, and then you sacrifice it. So it just draws you 2 cards, and it goes in the graveyard. It's a great card. I actually needed that card. Let's see. Great Oak Champ Guardian. It's got flash, reach, and... wait for the camera to focus. When it enters the battlefield, creatures... target player gets +2/+2 until the end of the turn. Untap them. Okay. It's a green combat trick on a stick. Not a very good stick, though. Collar of the Pack. Trample, Myriad, 8/6. See, like I said, Myriad just was kind of a disappointing mechanic. Like, it's good if you're playing multiplayer, but most of the time, people either play 1v1 or, I don't know, 7 mana for an 8/6 is just meh. And then Trample too, I guess. I don't know. Wistful Silky. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card. It's a 2/2 for hybrid green-blue, green-blue. Soul Ring. Good old Soul Ring. Who doesn't need that card? Simic Signet. Pay 1. Add green-blue to your mana pool. Swiffa Boots. It does things. Thought Vessel. You have no maximum hand size and adds 1 mana to your mana pool. It's great. Simic Keyrune. Pay Simic, and it becomes a 2/3 green and blue crab artifact creature with hexproof. Because you need a crab sometimes. Rabid Hybridization. It's Pongify, but it makes frog lizards. Korzen Grip. Great card. Has split second and destroy stuff. Snake Form. Until the end of the turn, target creature loses all abilities and becomes a snake with base power and toughness 1/1. Draw a card. Okay. Cobra Trap. If a non-creature permanent under your control was destroyed this turn by a spell or ability, you may pay green rather than its cost. Put 4 1/1 green snake creature tokens on the battlefield. Yeah. Mirror Match. Make tokens. Before blocks. And hey, look, we got Azuri. Hello, Azuri. Kesto Orochi Archmage. Green, blue. Target creature can be blocked this turn. If it's a snake, it gets +2/+2 until the end of the turn. Let's see. Prime Speaker Zingana. When enters a battlefield with X while on counters on it, where X is the greatest power among other creatures you control, draw cards equal to its power. Okay. Let's see. This is Color of the Claw, Flash 2/2. When it enters the battlefield, put a 2/2 bear token onto the battlefield for each non-token creature put into your graveyard from the battlefield this turn. He makes bears. Scythe Claw, Living Weapon. Equipped creature gets +1/+1. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, that player loses half or hit. Okay. Arachnogenesis. Put X/1/2 green spider token creatures on the battlefield with reach, where X is the number of creatures attacking you. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn by non-spider creatures. It's Spider Fog. Synthetic Destiny. Exile all creatures you control at the beginning of your next end step. Reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal that many creature cards. Put all creatures revealed this way onto the battlefield and shuffle the rest of real cards into your library. That's kind of bad. Hey, we got a Verdant Confluence. Oh boy. Choose 3. You may choose the same mode more than once. Put 2 1/1 counters on target creature. Return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. Search your library for a basic land. Reveal it. Put it onto the battlefield. Wait. Oh. Land card. Put it onto the battlefield. Tap. Then shuffle your library. Okay. Azuri's Predation. For each creature your opponents control, put a 4/4 beast token onto the battlefield. Each of those beasts fights a different one of those creatures. Hey look! It's the card that's worth money, the Command Beacon. You can pay 1, add colors to your mana pool, or you can sacrifice it to put your commander into your hand from the command zone. Looming Shaman. When it enters the battlefield, target player shuffles any number of target lands from his or her graveyard into his or her library. Okay. Orin Viper. When it deals combat damage to a creature, destroy it. So it's got Death Touch, and whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you draw a card. Oh boy. Cold Ice Selkie. Island Walk. When it deals combat damage to a player, you may draw that many cards. Hey, there's a Solemn Simulacrum in this deck. Awesome. I didn't know that. When it enters battlefield, put a basic land onto the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle your library, and when it does, draw a card. Forgotten Ancient. Whenever a player casts a spell, put a 1/1 counter on it, and then at the beginning of your upkeep, you may move those 1/1 counters. It's okay. Thelonite Hermit. Saplings get +1/+1. It has Morph, and when it is turned face up, put 4 1/1 Sapling tokens onto the battlefield. Okay. Chameleon Colossus. It's a 4/4 change. It's a changeling, and it has pay 4. It gets +X/+S, where X is its power. Okay. Oh, it has protection from black. Mystic Snake. Oh, do I love this card. For Flash, when it enters battlefield, counter target spell. Ooh, there's a Bane of Progress here, too. Got another one of these. When it enters the battlefield, destroy all artifacts and put enchantments. Put a +1/+1 on it for each permanent destroyed this way. Arbor Colossus. God, this card is terrible. Not even going to read it. Sword of Vengeance. Equipped creature gets +2/+0 and first strike, vigilance, and trample and haste. Hey, that's a card. Beastmaster's Ascension. Whenever a creature you control attacks, you may put a quest counter on it. As long as it has 7 or more quest counters, creatures you control get +5/+5. This card ends games. Biden Athasa. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage, you draw a card, and then you can pay 1 in a blue to make creatures your opponents control attack this turn. Let's see. Day of Dragons. Why the hell is this in this deck? Orochi Hatchery. When it enters the battlefield with X charges on it, pay 5, put a 1/1 green sneak token onto the battlefield for each charge counter on Orochi Hatchery. Okay. Biometric Mastery. Draw a card for each creature target player controls, then draw a card for each other. High Market. Pay 1, tap it, add 1 to your mana pool, and sacrifice a creature, you gain a life. Mosswort Bridge, nobody uses those. Corn Reef Fastwood. Enters battlefield tapped, and you can tap to add green, or tap to put a 1/1 counter on a green creature at the end of the battlefield this turn. Rampant Growth. Hey, Kadama's Reach, cool. It's Cultivate, but from Kamigawa. See how I played that other joke from before in? Huh, I'm a genius. Creatures you control get +3/+3 and trample until the end of the turn. Overrun. Blah. Desert Twister, destroy target permanent. Forest. Oh boy, these lands are exciting. I don't know about you, they're making me moist. that's great because you know it's a blue-green deck. Moist, get it? Huh. Wow. You guys just don't have the intellect to appreciate my humor. Let's see. Thornwood Falls. It enters the battlefield tap. You gain a life, and it taps for green or blue. Vivid Creek. It's a terrible card. Vivid Grove. It's a terrible card. Zoe Caverns. It's a morph land. Command Tower. It does what you think it does. Evolving Wilds. It's a bad fetch land. Landborn Reborn. It has Graft 1. That means it puts a +1/+1 counter on stuff. No Vision, Heart of Progress. Pay Simic, tap, put a +1/+1 on each creature that entered the battlefield this turn. Okay, that's not actually terrible. Wow, I thought all those lands were bad. Well, Quarry Tower, you have no maximum hand size. That's 1 colorless. Simic Growth Chamber, bad card. Simic Guildgate, another bad card. And Terramorphic Expanse, a bad fetch land. Alright, boys, and maybe girls. I don't think girls play Magic. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe because maybe eventually I'll post more shitty content. Anyway, have a good day.